And here we are with the map, and it's really arena. So let's just turn out the fog of war, as it's kind of useless on this kind of map. And looking at the civilizations, we are seeing a lot of interesting stuff in here. Like seriously interesting stuff in here. Do you see the civilizations for VIKs? Celts, Turks, Britons. Wow. That's probably the first I'm seeing such a combination in RTS League streams that I'm doing. So I have absolutely zero idea what to expect. I would be thinking that maybe some kind of slang from Britons into Turks, Celts, whatever. Because Turks, of course, need to go for fast imp, otherwise they're absolutely useless. So that's probably going to be it. And yeah, right now RcL are totally confused, what they are seeing exactly as I am. So take your guesses in the chat, because this is going to be a pretty unusual game, I have a feeling. Well, for RcL this is pretty much standard, Mayan, Persian, Aztec. It's not really bad. Aztec and Mayans, it's going to be a pretty nasty combo in here. I'll be expecting even a sling from Mayans into Aztec. Well, let's see. But looking at the map overall, do we see something unusual? Well, Hunt is not all that bad. This one is out of the gate, so probably not really all that ideal. Oh, he has to hope this doesn't spook it. Yeah. I was kind of worried that maybe he would be spooking the deer, that it would be running out of the gate. That didn't happen, so that's definitely a pretty good bonus. With the gold in here, extra gold on the back behind the wall. So that's a pretty nice bonus for Warrior. And otherwise, double bar inside the gate, so not any kind of problem for him. And he won't need to delete any kind of wall between him and the wilderness outside. Extra stone with relic. That's pretty decent, and he's going to be facing... Yeah, he definitely drew the shortest straw in this match. He's going to be, for the second time in a row, facing against Slam. Well, good luck with that, and Slam is going to be having inside his base something interesting. Not really. He doesn't have... He just has the bar inside, second as well. One extra gold mine, so basically the same as Warrior with the stone in here. But this could be raidable, because obviously this is quite in the forefront. Oh, this was pro. Keeping the gate open through the sheep so that he can lure in the rear. Oh man, that was superb. That was so fun to see. Those little plays that you can actually do in here. Oh my. This is why we love Age of Empires and its experts, because they can do such weird plays in here. Oh man. Well, between him and his teammate in the pockets, Jack, yeah, going to be seeing a lot of extra gold and stone. Extra gold mines and stone mine in here as well. So that's kind of unfortunate for RcL that they are seeing, or rather unfortunate. It's actually fortunate. I was just having it switched around. Persian in the pocket is pretty good for the scouting, or the what's the other word? Booming. Definitely going to be a pretty good map for him. Double gold, double stone. Kinda not safe, as at the back he doesn't have anything. Basically the same map as his ally on the left actually. Which is kind of interesting, because they don't have all that much of a room at the back. They will need to cut through a whole lot, which basically means that they might be raidable in the middle, or rather in the forefront, on their gold and stone mines, which will be some kind of opportunity for them. As you can see, yet another... This is absolutely superb. Luring the rear inside, and the sheep just keeping the gate open. Oh man, such nice cooperation of the teammates in here. Nice to see indeed. Well, between Jack and Whitecourt we are seeing yet another gold mine in here, extra gold stone together with relic between them as well. And otherwise in the yellow base we are seeing gold stone. Pretty safe position, so he's going to be reasonably happy about this. But what he won't be all that happy about, I think, is that he basically has just one way inside and outside of his base, which might be a bit of a problem if he finds himself under some kind of heavy pressure, as he basically has nowhere to run. He cannot run away if he just waits too long and doesn't retreat through the right side, so he is going to be potentially in a bit of a trouble. But seems he's Aztec, which is basically meaning some kind of monk rush, I think, from him. That's usually what Aztecs do. We could be expecting basically the same strategy, and him attempting to be a bit more aggressive than his opponent. Gold stone, this is though the second gold, and between them extra gold mine, extra double gold mine and stone mines. So maybe some resource battles in here to be had. But with the second goal at the back, not really any kind of problem for Winchester as the Turks, and I'm fully expecting that it's really going to be slung. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Nicely done. Nicely done. And he didn't even need the sheep. So, yeah, that's level 2 of what we have seen with the sheep in there. Right now, he didn't even need the sheep, so that was very nicely done. And he doesn't need He doesn't need anything extra from him to get rid of all the distance between all these deer and the town center so that he can catch them without any kind of delay. So nicely played. As he's being sent some extra sheep, which is basically yet another reason to believe that Kirch is going to be slinging into him as Britons. And he's basically in the same situation as the yellow player from the opposing team, having basically just the one way out of his base, so if he isn't careful and finds himself under some kind of pressure, which probably isn't going to happen as he is in a pocket, well, we'll never say never on Arena, you never know, he might be in pretty knee deep trouble if he doesn't recognize the situation to be dire soon enough and doesn't retreat from his base. I'm kinda thinking that he might want to keep this wall with the gate, because even though it's kinda useless at this point, it might be helping him a bit in the later game, as there is still a lot of room at the back, and he can potentially save himself exactly because of the problem in the forefront, and if he cannot retreat from the front, he might find himself to be quite happy about the wall at the back and protecting himself for some minutes before help arrives and basically makes sure that he's free again. Good positioning of the gold of the stone as well on the left side in the forefront between him and his allies. Extra gold and stone, so yeah, a lot of resources to be had, not any kind of problem. And we can see that the relics are positioned kinda equalishly. One at the bottom, second in here, so 2 for VIKs. You could be saying that 1 for RcL, maybe even 2 for RcLs, with the one being literally in the middle or almost in the middle, so not any kind of advantage for either of the team. We have also seen in the chat a bit messages from RcL they are going to go. So Slam is going for Plumed Archers. No lame mod. Need me. Vigil, it's okay. Who is your safe fake? So Whitecourt right now thinking that they will try the Celt to take out the Maya. Let's see. So far they not really talking about the sling into the Turk player. So I'm not exactly sure if they are actually thinking about this possibility at all, or if it's that evident. Maybe it could be, because really without Imperial Age, Turks are kinda useless. Maybe in the early Castle Age with few Janissaries, but that's not really the age that you stick to in Arena all that much. So I would be fully expecting that they are probably also expecting that the sling will be coming. So let's see if they are going to be able to react to it fast enough. Market of course coming down for the Briton. Feudal Age is coming in with RcL Jack being into Castle Age quite fast with just 27 abilities, and since he's Prussian, he definitely wants to boom as fast as possible, so let's see how well this is going to go. White court coinage. So Aztec is going to be slinging. That's interesting. Fake Chilean is going to be advancing into castle as well, so he's probably going to be slung exactly as you're talking about into the plume touches and such. So let's see. Coinage just now being researched, so we should be sling. They will sling Turk maybe. Yeah, right now they are talking about the strategy that I was mentioning a bit earlier. And I'm really thinking that that is going to be happening with Winchester coming into the next age. And let's see. Let's have him in his point of view. We should be seeing some sling. Oh yeah, from Kurt. So that's exactly what we expecting. With stable right now though, so that's a bit different. But he's probably expecting that he's going to be facing a lot of monks from the Aztec. So that's definitely not going to be happening, as it seems like that he will be slinging himself. Let's check into the achievements. Yeah, White Court into Slam, with Winchester only into Kirch. Well, or rather the other way around, Kirch into Winchester. So let's see, it's going to be pretty tough going for Warrior, and he definitely should be protecting himself faster, quite fast, because otherwise he's going to be in a pretty tough situation, as Slang Mayan is a pretty big beast, especially on Arena, and he could be expecting a lot of siege, like siege rams in the Imperial Age of course, and plume touches, and it's a pretty tough deal to deal with the Celt, but Celt does have chances, of course, with the onagers and such. But for that he needs to get into some other age. Oh, this is great. This is actually pretty great from Winchester, because he can... Oh no, no, come on. No, into the inside, you need to scout. You really need to scout inside. Oh, that's a mistake by Winchester. He probably wasn't paying attention in there, but he definitely could have gone inside the base, and he would have seen what his opponent is doing and that he's slinging, and that would have helped him quite a lot. So that's a Bit of a shame for VIX. Let's see if he actually has seen enough, but maybe he did. And he's right now going to be switching off from the scouts and hopping into the Imperial Age, the hand cannoneers and whatnot. Castle being dropped in the corner, of course, for fake Chilean against Slam. Protecting both the gold and the stone pathway. And he's going to be hoping that he can surprise his opponent. So far, I'm kind of thinking that he can. VIK Warrior just now advancing into Castle. Let's see what he's going to drop. Be fully expecting just Siege Workshop, and that might be pretty much it. Maybe stables for some knights, not really sure, but it could be something. So what's it going to be with Fake Chilean just now advancing into Imperial Age, being slung and all? And we have also heard a monastery being built by the purple player, and that's outside of the gates. Right now is Siege Workshop and Archery Range. Okay, so that's going to be pretty much standard. Double Siege Workshop, some extra Archery Ranges coming up, so hand cannoneers with bombard cannon. So let's see who is going to be more effective. Is it going to be on the right side Winchester or on the left Fake Chilean? So far it seems like that it's going to be Fake Chilean, especially when you see that the Aztec player is already quite nicely built in the second row of walls. He's going to be walling himself to oblivion, but yet again, it doesn't have to be the greatest of ideas, because he won't have anywhere to run. He literally has nowhere to run if he's surprised by his opponent by a very fast attack, and I'm kind of thinking that that might really be the case. So far, the teal player is not ready for anything to help. He's having just 3 TCs, which is pretty much standard, but not any kind of army. Whereas his ally on the left is having 2nd TC in here, 3rd somewhere at the back. Oh yeah, here at the left. So there's 3 TCs from the Sling Mayan, or the Slug Mayan, and 4 TCs. 4 TCs for the cell, so he's definitely going to be hoping that he can survive long enough to help his teammates somehow. Economy getting better for the blue player, as purple is having a bit of an idle in here, but not really anything all that brutal, as he's preparing with the one archer range, and also having a bit of fun with the light cavalry, trying to basically get rid of all the scouting by his opponent. So yeah, that's goodbye scout cavalry. And that's going to be helping with capturing the relics, and yeah, he's already camping on the doorstep of his opponent, and you're going to be deleting them pretty soon. You're going to be deleting them very, very soon when you're attempting to actually retreat from your home base. And let's see if that's going to be effective, because I'm not all that positive that it could be. Could be effective. Let's see. Let's see. This is going to be pretty tough. Already Bloom Touches coming in. So I'm kind of curious why actually Warrior isn't walling himself in a bit more. Because right now he's in a pretty tough situation, going for a wheelbarrow, all the booming and such. So he's absolutely kind of not expecting what's going to happen in here. There's going to be castle drop pretty soon. Fortunately for the red player, there's not anything bad that he could be losing like gold and such, but he's probably going to drop a castle bound here basically to protect this extra stone. And this is going to be really a race for time. If Slam can be faster than Winchester or the other way around, that's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be pretty fun indeed, and you can already see that right now Red has seen what is going to come, and he's working on second row of walls through the houses. But, well, he already should be amassing as many mangonels as he can. Yeah, they're already under construction in here. So, yeah, nice walls. And Cannoneers bombard cannons coming in. So that is exactly what is coming your way. We're still not being ready for this at all. And let's see if we can be successful. Right now what Winchester needs to do is protect the whole wall. Let's put off the Fog of War. And he knows that the wall ends about here. So he should be just... I would be just sending at least one hand cannoneer to the right side, basically to see when the villagers are trying to escape, if they are trying to escape, as they are not going to be having all that much of a luck. You can see that the bombard cannons with the extra range are just doing quite a quick work of all the gates and walls in here. So let's see how the red, or rather, sorry, the yellow player is going to be effective in his defense and slowing down Winchester in here. Well, that was a bit of a friendly fire in here, it seemed like. And since he's right now going to be raided by the Bloom Touchers, this is of course going to be a bit of a problem, as Hand Cannoneers are kinda countered by all those Bloom Touchers, but at the same time, they are pretty strong, and you can see that Winchester is pretty nicely slung, and with all the army that he's already having, he seems to be having the advantage on his opponent as well. Of course, there's a pretty big problem coming for Warrior, with the trebuchets already coming in, RcL Jack also into Imperial Age. And let's see if Warrior can really hold on long enough. I'm not exactly sure that he can. He's right now at 68 villages, which is not even the most, 81 for the Persian. So yeah, the Persian player is playing quite nicely. And once he advances into Imperial Age and gets into the Paladins, yeah, you can already see the stable being built. It's of course going to be a pretty deep trouble for the VIKs, and they definitely need to hope that Winchester can finish the job with the yellow player before that happens, because he will be needing to switch into something else very soon, and he will most definitely need the cell to defend against the Paladins and such. So he's through. I think he's fully through right about now, and yep, all the walls in here not really going to do all that much, as yellow with 45 villages should be killed reasonably soon, which means that he's not going to be part of the game anymore. He's not going to be slinging into his ally. But at the same time, Fake Chilean, aka Slam, is already quite nicely prepared. You can see that he has already breached the walls and he's inside the Red's base. He can havoc in there, getting rid of the Mangonels in here, but still there is some kind of opportunity for the Red player to deal with this problem. But not much, because you can see that he's under pretty heavy pressure with yet another castle being dropped and literally all kinds of armies that he can be having. And Warrior, I'm really thinking that he underestimated the situation quite big time. And I'm not really sure what his plan was in this game. Not really sure at all. Because so far he's of course going to be getting pretty much hammered. He doesn't need to worry about losing this TC, he still has a lot of them to replenish his economy at crucial spots in here. But he needs Imperial Age for, I don't know, onages at least. So let's see how well is he going to be able to hold on with this. In the middle, a lot of walls for the blue player, as of course yellow is going to be killed. Well, we have seen that a bit earlier, so not really any kind of reason to hold on, rather linger on in there. But you can see that purple is quite nicely moving, basically recognizing that white court is not going to be any opposition and moving into the pocket and trying to kill as much as economy from Jack as he can. But with the help right now coming on from the Bloom Touchers, that's going to be costly. A very nice switch also into light cavalry. That's going to be, well, not really tank unit, but they are going to be absorbing damage from those. And this is so nicely played from Winchester. And this very fast advance into his purple steel opponent. Could be just strong enough, but he needs to be careful as the cavaliers are in. And yeah, they are of course going to be pretty tough counter against those Hand Cannoneers. At the same time, of course, Hand Cannoneers should be able to deal with at least a low number of cavaliers, because they are having simply just great attack. But they need some backup plan. VIKs definitely need some backup plan, because this one-trick pony is going to be getting a bit too tired in here, and is just going to be slaughtered absolutely by the cavaliers in here, and the Bloom Touchers coming in as well. So I'm kind of thinking that Winchester is basically toast. He's going to lose absolutely everything in here, like absolutely everything. And let's see if he can actually somehow manage to do something else, because I'm not seeing inside the base. Here you can see the sheer strength of the Hand Cannoneers on the cavaliers. They're just absolutely wrecking them, but unfortunately for him, the nice coordination with Slam and all those archers in here, well, that's definitely paying off for the real Chilean League, and they are getting the ground under their feet back to their side. In here, of course, we are seeing that unfortunately for VIKs, Winchester didn't really finish all that much. He kind of underestimated the position, I think, because this will mean that the White Court can still send extra resources to his allies. And it's almost looking like that Winchester will be abandoning this position and moving a bit back as he's switching into camels and a bit more into the light cavalry and the hussars, of course. Stables coming up ×2, so that's going to be a lot of camels and siege workshop from him. Whereas on the left side, it almost seems like the threat is, well, doing a pretty good job so far. At least stalling before he advances into Imperial Age in just a moment, with Winchester getting played bar in armor and husbandry, so switching full time into camels. And castle coming up, so that's going to be Woe Traders together with Onagers. Let's see, Warrior right now not having the related resources for all the upgrades into onagers and such. So they might be a bit of a problem, as Slam is already having pretty decent army on the right side, going for a bit of a raiding all around the map, and also on the left he is controlling the map very nicely through the castles, and there's not really much opportunity for the red player so far to go into some kind of counter-offensive, so he's going to be just waiting for the resources on his onagers, and then he might be coming out of his shell and trying to do something about those trebuchets together with the second flank of the plumed archers. Castle gonna get finished with barracks, okay, a lot of barracks coming up. So that's almost looking like that he's basically preparing for halberdiers, as that's going to be needed quite soon. Onager coming in. So there's probably going to be some kind of combination of onagers, halberdiers and woe traders. And let's see if that's going to be effective. So far though, he's of course losing quite a lot of ground. Not probably for much longer. Yeah, he's going to be hiding them behind the castle. Or not? Yeah, probably he will, because the onager is not really far away. So we are just going to be waiting here for some good shots. Oh yeah, but unfortunately he has he wasn't... Oh, nice shot at the bottom. And a nice shot in here, but unfortunately he wasn't really all that careful. And Slam is doing this quite nicely. He's getting rid of the onagers one by one without actually allowing them to shoot at him. That was so nicely played, and with all the army right now, right inside Red's base, I'm not exactly sure if there's all that much that Red can be doing. Let's switch to the right side where not much is happening, as the forward base of Winchester is basically lost, even though he's having pretty decent army right about now. With all the camos, which are basically a pretty good counter at this stage, into the Cavaliers. Blast Furnace coming in, but no Paladins yet, and Faithchilean switching into Coinage, so he might be attempting to sling. Maybe at least into White Court so that he is back on his feet, not exactly sure, but this position seems to be reasonably controlled so far for Winchester, even though you can see that Teal player is moving a bit forward, but Red on the left side is in a pretty tough situation. He has been dropped to 64 villages, but unfortunately 53 of those are idle, so he's basically out of the game, and without any kind of substantial help, with Paladins coming in also for the Prussians, I don't really see how VIKs can get something from this game. They had the opportunity, quite nice one, with the Slung Turks, but in here, yeah, the sling into Slam was just too strong, and Slam definitely knew what to do with his Mayans in here. Well, very nicely played in here so far, so I'm kinda afraid that it might be pretty much it. Even though Winchester is most definitely not giving up, at least disrupting the economy in here, and this is really, yet again, a race for time for Winchester. If he can be faster in somehow disrupting RcL Jack's play before he gets Paladins and before that player is under the ground fully. Yeah, his town center is probably not going to be standing for much longer, as the armies are just a bit too strong to be handled right here. Jack, where are you going for the Paladins actually? I hope it's somewhere back. Oh yeah, it's here in the back, so he doesn't need to worry about losing anything. And you can see that you can see that green is absolutely all over the map, like absolutely literally. You can see on the minimap that he's absolutely everywhere, going to the right side, fighting on the left. Oh, let's see, there are going to be some good shots, maybe. Oh, yeah, but from the trebuchet. That's not something that we expected all that much. But we also have seen that Green is right now attempting to breach the gates and the walls of the purple player, and right now that's exactly going to be happening. So goodbye economy, and even though Winchester has noticed, so he knows that some kind of stuff like this is happening, it's probably not going to matter all that much, as those plumed archers are going to be wrecking his economy in just a matter of moments, and I'm not thinking that he's going to be ready to deal with this at all. Paladins from Jack, of course, coming in as well. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a slaughter of the economy in here. And looking at the top side, where purple has just lost absolutely everything to the Paladins and the blue matches. Yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty much it. There's not really all that much left that the purple player can be doing against this, together with his help. So yep, I would be fully expecting that it might be seen a GG reasonably soon, because in the base of Red, he is doing a pretty good job, trying at least somehow to stall Slam, but at the same time it doesn't do enough, as the trebuchets are still a problem. Oh, that was good shot. Nice shot indeed. And At the same time, he's also in purple's base, basically leveling his economy. Yeah, dropping into just 39 millis. 27 out of these idle. You can see that VIKs are basically out, and this is just inevitable, waiting to happen. And the inevitable are going to be the two letters, signifying good game, as the paladins are also coming in. So that's basically any kind of attack from Winchester basically gone. And well, once these foundations are gone, the GGs are coming in, and yep, RcLs are taking the match 2-0 after some pretty nice games. Actually, very nice games indeed. Both the islands and the arena were quite nice to see. And, well, they have definitely proven that they are the better skilled and probably going to be aiming for the first place in the Division 4 of this season 39 of our RTS League's Age of Empires 2 the Conquerors Clan League. So let's check the achievements. With Slam, of course, yeah, he was heavily slung and he was using it quite well, so definitely the MVP. Winchester was playing nicely as well, hoping to switch into the pocket fast enough, but unfortunately he wasn't fast enough and the Persian was already prepared for it. And yeah, Winchester couldn't be fast enough, as even with the help from fake Chilean, that just wasn't something that he could be handling the Persian in the pocket in there, even with the sling that he was receiving as well. Yeah, the villager high. Jack was just booming quite nicely in the pocket in there. Not much else to be said about it. Well then, GG. GG.